Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully everybody's doing well out there in the quarantine-averse, COVID-verse. I don't know, whatever we call this thing that we're locked in.
It's the internetosphere. Oh, I guess it's the COVID-19osphere.
Yeah, they win. It wins
Maybe.
everything now. Everything's all about that, unfortunately. Hope everybody's doing good. Uh, Glad to see you guys make it. Hey,
What's going on
let's
over
see, we
here?
had
Got noises.
Columbia Enrot. How's it going? Welcome back. I haven't seen you for a while. Maybe you've been lurking, or maybe I haven't looked up enough. But welcome back.
Or maybe she just hasn't been talking.
That's true. Moscow. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Gold General. Jody and I both live in Longmont, Colorado, the town right next to Boulder, Colorado, where SketchUp is made. That's where
Where the
we're at.
magic happens.
That's right.
Now the magic happens in a distributed manner all across the greater Front Range.
That's right. Kind of. We got a hub. We got that middle piece, but the rest of us are all just kind of spread out. Awesome. Well, yeah, we will.
Did Dave already do all the parts?
Well, he did one. I think he didn't want to make me feel bad, and he only showed me that he did one of them. Welcome, guys.
Thanks,
if
Dave.
we haven't met before, my name is Aaron, and with me in my ear and yours is Jody.
Hey, that's me. Hi.
That's you. So we are gonna hop in and make some lathe parts. I found some more machine parts. These are both pieces specifically were for a lathing, and I was feeling a little lathy today.
But
Yeah, took the last 2 days off. Ease into it with a little lathy
been
work.
working on that one for 4 days now, huh?
I've peaked. I'm gonna stop talking and just model for the rest of the day. As usual, I don't know that we'll have a whole lot that you guys will have to pass to me, but the images I'll be modeling from are available on our forum, forums.sketchup.com. So you can download those files, follow along. If you're watching the video, you can grab them from there. I'll try to make sure that we're linked to it. If you are going to do it live, I'll give you a couple minutes to download. I did have one announcement I do have to make. This is an official announcement. Unfortunately, we are officially announcing that we will not be having base camp this September in Vancouver. So just so many unknowns, so many not good things happening right now. We can't say for sure, when's going to be safe, what's going to be safe. We don't really know. So we're not going to try to get together in September this year. If you follow us on the forum, right here, you can keep up to date read our official announcement right there, and then also keep up to date on what's going on there. We'll let people know as we plan what our next step is. But the important piece is that we're not going to be getting together in September for sure. If you already are a ticket holder, you'll be informed of your options as we figure out what those options are. So if you haven't bought yet, just keep an eye out and you'll know what's actually going to happen when we know it's going to happen. So it's a bummer.
I'm going to say I'm not surprised, but it'll be interesting to see where this all goes now.
Yeah, it's a drag because it is the best place on earth. Wherever base camp is, that's the best place on earth. It's so much fun.
It follows us around,
It's
or
the
we follow
best
it around.
week you can have, I think, if you're a SketchUp enthusiast. So that's official. That's out of the way. That's out there. If you, like I said, if you do have questions, go to our forum. You can go specifically to this topic right here: SketchUp Base Camp and COVID-19, and any more information we have will get posted there or somewhere else on the forum as we move forward. So, anyhow, that's officially done and been announced. So we'll move on. One last reminder, we are still running the Finish This House Challenge. You still have time to enter your own entries. We did pick another one that we liked, and we're going to spotlight somebody new this Friday. So we'll be hearing from that person. He'll be filling us in on how they went about doing their design. So that'll be a fun thing to see. On Friday, we'll just touch base before we actually get into modeling. And actually, maybe it's because I had a short week and took too many days off, but I decided that what would be a fun thing to do is to actually, us as a community, we'll do our own model. So we'll actually have our SketchUp Friday Live be modeling a finish this house entry. So I have no idea what that's going to be like. That's going to be kind of in the spirit of ask me to model anything, I think, because I'm going to ask for your guys' ideas on how we should do things. So it'll be fun.
You promise?
I don't know. It'll be fun for someone. I didn't say I would enjoy myself. I said it would be fun.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome. Everybody's coming in saying hi. I didn't mean to ignore you. I just had to be somber and serious for a minute while I announced that. I like that. Enterot's idea is we do a virtual base camp on a live modeling session where we just put scale models into the venue. That could be fun. All right.
We did talk about having a model version of the venue.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe
We'll
so.
crowdsource creating a big Vancouver Convention Center model.
That'd be fun. That'd be a good time. All right. Whoa. Gold General saying it's what
9 p.m.
2100. Thanks. 9 p.m.
There's math involved in that a little bit.
Oh, it's the worst. We call that military time in the U.S. And I have a hard time because you basically have to subtract 12, right? Or count down from 24.
I don't know what counting down from 24 is going to do for you.
Because 24 is 12. So if I count down 23, 22, 21, then I could take 3 off of 12 and find out it's 9. Or I could just
But are you
pretend...
carry the 7?
Yeah, we should probably just draw pictures now. All right. So I uploaded a pair of images. Well, a pair of information. So I got 2 of them here, a revolving center and a tailstock. I figured the revolving center is maybe the easier way to get started, right? So we'll start with this. This is pretty simple. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on it, plus bearings. I don't know that I'll model the bearings as well, but we can model the 3 major pieces. We can do bearings too. We could see. We could get through this, and if we decide that bearings would be a fun thing to see modeled, we could try that. And then the other thing I have is the detailed drawings for a tailstock, which is more pieces. But I didn't think this was quite enough to fill up a couple hours of modeling. So that's why we're going to start with the revolving center.
Now Andy's saying there's some missing details.
Odds are good, right? Oh, like the one behind my head? Is that those are the kind of ones you're talking about? Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. We're here now. Okay, so yeah, so I figured
I look forward to seeing how you knurl.
Yeah, we're gonna knurl
bits.
this thing. We'll knurl it up. I'm not the king of Knurling. That is Dave Richards. You have to pronounce the K when you say the king of, because king of knurling doesn't sound good. King of Knurling is alliteration. All right, so I have this image right here, which is actually, it's a pretty good image. So I don't even know. I guess I could make it a little bit smaller by clipping it, but I think I'll just import this as a watermark right here and work off of this image. I think we have a lot of the info we need right here. And this is going to be pretty simple. This is going to be follow me, cylinder, follow me, follow me, follow. There's going to be a lot of follow me. So we'll create the profile, follow me around a circle, and then add details in afterwards.
This would be the perfect chance for everyone to follow along at home.
Ooh. Follow me as I follow me. Man, this is the best live stream ever. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start a new model, and I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to start by going to my styles, go to my watermark, and import that drawing from my desktop. That would be this guy right here. And I'm putting the background. I'm going to position it in the lower right corner. That way we can both see it. I'm going to shrink it down as small as I think I can get and still see the numbers. And I'm narrowing down my spaces here. So All right, so I'm gonna do that. That's where I'm gonna start with. I'm also gonna go up to Window and Model Info. I'm assuming all this is in millimeters, so I'm gonna model in meters. SketchUp, of course, is made to do architectural modeling and doesn't necessarily do the best job with sub-inch dimensions. It can maintain those geometries, but it has a hard time creating really, really tiny geometry. So I'm gonna do everything in meters, so that'd be 1,000 times bigger, and then I'll shrink it back down to meters, scale it back down afterwards. So I'm gonna come in here and go to units. I'm gonna say decimal, meters, and I probably can get away with 2 decimal places. I'm also going to turn off length snapping. All right.
I was just watching Tyson's video from yesterday making swords, and he did not turn off snapping, and it was a good way to add a little excitement to what you're modeling. It was very snappy.
All right. So let's model this. So my inkling is to create this profile right here, this piece right here in profile, and then do a follow me and start with that, the main housing. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with a line that's 300 long. So I'm gonna come right here, I'm gonna go 300, and that's gonna set my initial scale. I'm gonna remove Laura, we don't need her right now. Okay, so if I look at this, are these, this is saying, that's the outside dimension, okay.
Those are diameters, right?
Right, I'm just wondering why
Yep.
this one is cut off and doesn't have that line continue, but it doesn't matter, it's the same. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna start up at the top, and I'm gonna go, it's 112, so I can do 112 divided by 2. And then I can start drawing this geometry over here.
Dash, what's a little dash 0010 stuff? Can you figure it out?
I don't know, it's too small, so I don't care.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Is that a bad attitude? Okay, so I'm gonna go that way.
It's an attitude for sure.
I'm gonna go this way, 44. And then
I have teenagers, so
yeah,
I know what an attitude is.
You've heard, huh? So down right here, I have, it's a dimension, it's 6. I'm assuming it's 45 degrees. It's not labeled, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that. So I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna come down 6, go to the right 6, and just draw a line back connecting the 2. That's gonna give me my 45 degrees there. Then I'm gonna draw a line right here, 45. Okay, and then I'm just going to close this up right now. So I'm drawing this cavity right now. I'm actually drawing negative space. I'm going to come down to the other end. And let's see here. So this fits, oh, so 34. So I can go this way, 34 halves. Come this way, 15. Then it's going to drop down 0.5 meters. The way I'm getting that dimension too is this cap is 34, and oh, because right there, it's right there, 34. I don't even have to explain it. It's right there on the drawing. That's why. I do what I'm told.
But thanks for trying.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's going to come in 60. And then that's going to drop, let's see, come here, and then I could draw this up 14, half of 28. I did that math in my head, no big deal. And that's the piece that gets taken all the way over here. All right, so that, like I said, that is my cavity. That's the inside geometry. Now, let's go hop up here and draw our outside. So this is a weird one. So it's 128 halves. So I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna type 128 halves like that to get that dimension. And then I'll come over. Now I'm using dimensions. What's that?
It looks like 126.
It may be. I think you're right. Dang it. Curses. I have to hit undo.
So not only are you having to math, but now you're also apparently having to read critically.
Well, it's kind of small. So this is maybe here for reference, and I'm actually gonna, yeah, so we'll go here. That's why I got a backup. That's what you guys are all here for. All right, so now I'm gonna input this geometry right here. Just gonna go 12. And then I have 3 at 45. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from right here. I'm going to draw this line 3. I'm going to select that line. And I'm going to rotate it to 45 degrees. And then I'm going to draw my next line right here, which is 27. And then I'm going to grab this line. I'm going to rotate it on the green axes and just go from one end, option, flip it over to the other. Then I'm going to go this way, 32. And rather than draw that's all the same dimensions a second time, I'm just going to grab all of it, move it with the modifier key to copy it over to there. With that, I'm going to go this way, 10. And now interesting stuff happens because, oh, right there. So it looks like I'm going to draw a line all the way back down like that. And I have this dimension right here, which is 52. So if I go up 52 halves, that puts me right there. And what I believe happens then is I think this is going to taper down to almost nothing. There's not really details of what happens there at the end. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do something like come up 1 millimeter just to give myself some material there, and then have that angle up to there like that. So I don't want to lose this middle line. I want to keep that, but I can get rid of this.
What's that M mean down there? The M34 thing. I mean, maybe
Middle.
that's explaining the middle. Sure. Sure. No.
That means you should model in meters. Oh, it's a Morse taper.
Dave said, you beat me to it.
Of course, duh. What else would it be? Thanks, Dave. All right. Hey, you know what we should do with this? Starts with S and ends with
Stop.
E.
Were you just doing the mathing out the letters there? Was that letter mathing where
I
you're
gotta
just
concentrate to spell too. All right, let's call this a revolving center. All right, looks good. Now we have to spin this around something. I think what I'm going to do, since this is kind of the only, this is all the model's going to consist of, so we're going to go a little bit higher poly on this. Though we do have knurling, which is it's gonna add some geometry for sure. But I think what I'll do is actually, rather than use a standard circle of 24, I think I'll jump up to a 48-sided circle. I'm gonna put this circle right at the end, pull it out on the green axis. I'm gonna select the circle, follow me with that piece. That gets us the barrel of the revolving center. So there's more details to add in here. I do want to come in and do some knurling, but right now I'm just going to triple click and make it a component. And I will call it as is shown. It's part 01, which is the barrel. All right, we don't actually need this or this anymore. I'm going to move that up. And let's see what should we do next. Let's do this cap down here.
Dave just offered up some completely useless information here. Yes. He said that the taper should be 1.4307 degrees from the center line, to which all I can do is laugh.
Not bad to know, but okay.
Sometimes you can have too much information. I'm just kidding, Dave. No offense. Please don't take offense.
All right, Let's see what I got, just out of curiosity. Protractor. There we go. Every once in a while. Let's see. I got 2.5. Huh. Oh, from the center line. Well, that should still be. Huh. Well, that's what I got.
Looks good from this side of the camera.
That just gets driven into something and friction fit into a holder anyhow, right? Still works.
Yeah.
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 Details. Doing things right. Whatever. Okay. I'm gonna draw do this little cap right here. So the length of it is 24. And I should point out, yeah, Jody's joking around. Dave does, of course, an awesome job, and he's a great teacher. So I only joke with him because I know him, consider him a friend, and know that he won't take offense to us joking around about how he's probably right and I'm probably wrong.
Everybody else, you guys, while you're working your way towards Dave's status, we'll probably be nicer to you. Probably.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Sure.
I thought I was paraphrasing what you said. I thought.
You know what? Actually, now that I'm drawing this, though, here's the thing. Hold up. So
all of a sudden it matters?
It might. This is where Dave sits back and goes, okay, keep modeling. We'll talk in a sec.
Just let you do. Well, so that for that degree number he said he got because he looked up what a number 2 Morse taper was. So
oh, okay.
that was just an interesting data point.
Well, no, I'm just thinking, I'm drawing this cap as detailed here. And I'm thinking when the cap goes in, it should be snug. So this, I just arbitrarily tapered down to 1 meter. But once I put this cap in, this is going to be more than 1 meter. This is like 5 meters. So it's going to be.
It's going to care.
Yeah, something's going to happen that's going to matter. Wait, I'm totally wrong though.
Andy said he got 2.7 degrees in his drawing. So if you're wrong, at least you're wrong together.
That's true. Misery loves Andy. All right, so I'm going to draw this thing over like this. So I just drew, this says it's 34. This was 40 out here. This is 34, and then I'm going to have another one, which is half of 24. I can do that math in my head. Not bragging, just saying. So nice. That is what that initial geometry looks like. There is a 2. So here I'm going to go draw a line up 2, grab that line, rotate it 45 degrees. I'm going to move it.
Dave says he guesses you changed it to the number 1 taper, or the number 1 Aaron taper.
That's right. I scratched out the M's and put A's in there.
Yeah, forget Morse.
Yeah, who's that?
He was always talking in codes anyway, right?
Never had him on the stream. What does he know? But he never even used SketchUp.
Those would be like the most boring live streams ever. You're just all tapping dot dot dash 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 dot.
Oh. All right. I'm going to hop on the red axis. I'm going to pull this out. Axis, damn it. Just to get it away. I just want to get away from the geometry. When I come into circle, it does default to whatever the last circle I drew was. So I can just come here, pull this out. As long as I'm on the green axis, then it's going to align with my existing geometry. Axis. Someday, dude. I'm going to grab all that.
That's going to be the new drinking game, is every time I correct you on axis. Man, this is definitely going to
be some trash people.
This is going to become an interesting show. Right. Although I'm only drinking coffee, so all that means is that I'm going to A, have to pee more, and B, start talking faster.
That's true. Be able to correct me before I even screw up. All right, so I want to take this. I'm going to grab it by the axis. Ha! Said that one wrong on purpose. I'm going to put it right here. I know, it's no fun to correct me if I'm intentionally making mistakes. All right, I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna drag it in here like that. See, this is what I was saying now. If I increase the size, if I come in here, I'm gonna come in here, grab this circle right here. Oh, it's been exploded.
I'm a little confused by this part because my revolving center for my lathe, which is a wood lathe, didn't. It's all solid. I'm confused what they got going on here.
Well, let me show you. So I'm going to grab this circle, Option, Shift, and pull it up to here. So that's going to make it the same size as this. It doesn't have the taper, which maybe that's the thing. Maybe that should be, but that may get me closer to.
That looks a lot like a Morse number 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't want to pat myself on the back, but
yeah, no, that's an impressive Morse taper you've got going on there.
Thanks. Pull the line out straight. Let's see what that says. All right, let's protractor that thing. .9, which is pretty close to 1 point whatever the other thing was.
I don't even remember, you know.
1.72, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
That's impressive. 1.4307.
Yeah, that's close to 1.9.
I mean, it's not, you know, you don't get to use phrases like thou, which means that I'm a little less impressed. I mean, I want you to be saying, oh yeah, it's accurate to 17 thou or whatever.
Nah, I don't talk like that. Just saying.
But you could.
That's true. I could talk however I want. Well, no, I got to keep it PG, but other than that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to draw this little sleeve right here. It's pretty simple. 34 diameter, so I'm going to say 34 divided by 2 for my radius. And then I have another circle on the inside, which is 24, so 12. Then get rid of that. Then pull the whole thing out 60. That's all the sleeve is. So that one's pretty simple. So I'm just going to triple click, make that into a component. The sleeve was part 4. And then I can put that inside where it goes by grabbing it by that piece right there. I'm going to turn on X-ray. And I'm going to come align it right there. That fits perfectly. All right. 3 pieces down. Let's see. Let's do the actual center. We can do whatever we want. All right. The center is 350 long. So put 350. And then again, just like we did before, gonna draw half of it. So the first piece, the point is actually 60 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this line, I'm gonna rotate a copy of it, so I'm gonna Option, and I'm gonna rotate it 30 degrees. Back this way now. We'll start back here. The shaft is 24, so that's 12. And I'm gonna come this way, 187. Then I'm gonna step up. Again, this is where I'm honest and open and vulnerable with you guys, and in acknowledging that I am so very, very bad at doing math in my head. But the plus for you guys is my shortcoming means I teach you tricks on how I get away without having to do math. So right here,
here's how you can be lazy with your mathing.
That's right. So this shaft is 24 overall, and it goes to a larger section, which is 40 overall. Now I could do the math there, but what I would do instead is draw a line, and then that gives me that full length without having to go in and do the math to figure out that it's 8. I'm going to come this way, 35. I can do the same thing here. I can drop back down like this, and then I can come up. This is going to be 92 halves. And I'll come across 20, drop it all the way back down also. And then one last, actually my last one I don't even have to do it because it's the same dimension as this right here. So 40 here is also 40 here. I can just take this line, pull it straight through till it crosses. And that is almost done. The last piece I have is 2 at 45. So again, I'm gonna just draw a straight line of 2. Then I'll grab it and rotate it 45 degrees. And then I will move it onto this line. And I'll grab it by the top, pull it straight up till it meets the next line, and then knock the corner off. All right. Then once again, all we have to do, put another circle at one end, line to the red axes, and move it out so it doesn't connect. Axis, oh man. There we go. Triple click, make component. This is number 3, the center itself. All right, now we got to get that in here. I'm thinking I'm gonna try grabbing it by this the wider piece, because I think that's supposed to line, it's not supposed to line, it's supposed to line up in there. Where's this, what does this line up with? What am I doing? Okay, that didn't work. So I'm gonna just put it at the top, and now I'm gonna grab it by the horizontal side, and I'm going to move along the blue axes and line it up vertically. There we go. I guess what would have made a lot of sense for all of this would have been to keep it aligned to the origin, because then I can just check as I'm modeling that everything's lining up correctly. I can turn on X-ray and see that laser line going right down the middle. Every piece is lined up. That's probably what I should have done from the beginning. Lesson learned. All right. I'm going to save. That's what I do. All right. Let's get this cap on here. Cap, cover. They have a front cover and a back cover, so I had to change the name there. Okay, so it looks like
this is where Andy got stuck.
Yeah, this is not a beautiful section right here. This is a little janky.
That's not a machinist term.
Yeah. So I'm going to draw it this way. I'm going to draw a line 140. It then comes up 6.
Dave's wondering if you'd ever consider modeling those parts in place so you don't have to move them together.
That's a great way to do it, and I actually like to model in place a lot, but I do find when showing people, it can get to be a lot of lines. And I've heard that from people too, like when I model off of reference imagery, I'll have like a bunch of planes over each other in X-ray mode and start snapping around. People don't really understand and get lost. So, I like it, but it seems to be clearer for people who are watching when I don't do it. So that's the reason I'm modeling them off on the side. Plus I get to, show off some super sweet relative move stuff. So, but yeah, if you're comfortable with it, that would be a good way to do it. So I just finished that off with 2 dimensions. This dimension right here is 18. And then the center to this first break is 60. So I just drew that at 30 and then connected the 2 together. It does have a hole in it. I'm assuming the hole is 40, which is what we got here. So to get rid of that, I would just come up 20, go straight across with that. Oops. And there we go. I'm holding onto this because this is the center of this whole thing. So I want to keep that, and I can put a circle. That's where I'll put my circle on the red axes. Step it out here. Axis.
Axis.
I beat you.
Beat me to it.
Along the green axis. I'm saying it spitefully. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just say it was just like with just all kinds of anger in your voice.
Axis. Okay. Grab that. make that into a new component. I'm going to call that O2 front cover. I'll also grab that by the top
Are you
piece.
trying to name it based on the part numbers down there? Are you
I
actually
am.
doing that?
I'm using the part numbers.
Okay. Oh, good.
Good. Glad that's good. Why? I'm getting some weirdness here. All right, this is a thing that happens. You guys get this, where stuff's snapping around weird. I like to try an X-ray and force it to go where I tell it to go.
So now would you say that this video is X-rated?
Pretend that didn't happen. Okay, so that didn't line up. I'm wondering, I really don't even know how this is supposed to line up.
Well, your disc looks bigger. Your diameter looks bigger for the.
That's
for the
what I'm
end
wondering.
piece.
All right, so I lined it up to the front of the cone here, and then I'll grab it right here and drag it back. I'm just curious, so as that lines up, it is bigger. Let's come in here. I'll double click in here and double check some dimensions. If I go one end to the other, it says it's supposed to be 140 out to out, which it is.
Yep. So did you shrink the other one when you were messing with the scale earlier?
I don't think so.
When you scaled the back end?
Because it says it's 140. Obviously something's not right. Let's see. Let's go here. Oh, you monster. 128. How did who was supposed to be paying attention to what I was doing? All right,
I was filling up my coffee because I keep having to drink so much from telling you axis.
Okay,
this is on you.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Take responsibility, someone said once. All right. Well, cool. This is an interesting learning opportunity.
Look, it's a learning experience. It's a teaching. This is a teaching opportunity.
Here's what I'm going to do. So what I want to do is I need to grow this outer piece. I don't want to mess with scale on a circle, especially with this much connected geometry. Stuff's going to get distorted. What I want to really keep is this profile here, these lines right here. So I'm going to just drop and then drop straight down. And then I take this surface, intersect face with model. All right, it didn't give me that. Select all of the intersect face with selection. There we go. That's the line I want. Everything else at this point I can actually get rid of. Oh no, I should do the same thing. No, because the insides, well, let me check my inside dimensions real quick. I know my outside dimensions are wrong. Let me check this real quick.
Andy said 128 is the inner diameter.
So 122, 112 is this. Oh, 126 is to where the screw hole is. So that's the screw
126.
Hole. So this
Andy fell for the 128 thing too.
All right, so I'm going to get rid of this.
Simple mistake.
I'm going to get rid.
It's got a screenshot
of this. And then I'm going to get rid of the. Oh dear, golly.
Gosh darn it. Wow, that's real nice work, Dave.
All right, there we go.
Nice.
So that's what I want.
Ew. Man, I tab away for 1 second, and what's going on over here?
Nothing. I'm triple clicking these lines and then deleting them.
Jeez.
Okay, so this is correct. This barrel's right. The horizontal dimensions look right. So I'm going to grab this and temporarily make it into a group just because I don't want it to combine with geometry right now. I'm going to move it vertically. Whoop, grab the handle. And move it vertically to get it up and out of the way. And I'm going to come to this point right here. I'm going to go up. Actually, let's find the center, shall we? Yes, let's shall. All right. So from my middle point, I want to come up 140 halves. That's where that should drop to. All right. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm trying to make sure I keep this as correct as possible. So I'm going to take this. I don't think it's a circle. It's not a circle. I'm going to weld this real quick, and I'm going to grab it and say, follow me with this shape. Oops, follow me with this shape. What? Oh, it's screwed. I can explode that now.
And group
Grab
it.
this, follow me with this. Now I made that inverted. But it still is going to work. So I'm going to grab all this now, reverse the face. There we go.
This doesn't feel educational anymore to me.
I'm sorry.
It's like
I had to figure out how to get
I'm
out
not
of that,
sure what this feels like.
that pit of self-loathing. All right, so yeah, that's what I could have gone through to fix it. Honestly, being that it took all of maybe 10 minutes to do that whole barrel, it probably would have made more sense just go through and redraw it. I was excited about the opportunity of taking that outside piece and moving it up, but yeah, having done it, that was something. That was something.
Every day's an adventure with you.
I'd never know what's going to happen.
You're a lot like Mary Poppins.
I've heard that several times.
I'm sure in the best possible way.
Okay. Let's okay, yeah. So the ideal solution, the way to get that back in would probably be to just go redraw it, because I drew it with the wrong dimensions. So doing that, cleaning it all up that way, that was convoluted. That was not the ideal solution. Just draw it right, then you won't have to fix anything. So, moving forward, I guess. I don't know. There is a screw hole that holds this cap on. It looks like it's centered right in the top. It goes right here. It's an M8. Oh, there's 3 of them.
Oh, I thought that said mate.
Yep, it sure doesn't. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to hide this piece. I want to use solid tools to do this. I'm going to draw this circle on the top. This is going to repeat 3 times. So I'm going to come in here, put a circle right at the middle point, and I'm going to bring it up 4. That's going to give me a circle that is 8. I'm going to take that and I'm going to push it in. See, this goes in, it says 21 deep. So I'm going to pull it this way, 21, turn on my x-ray. That's what that looks like. I'm also going to push-pull that out this way, kind of indiscriminately long. I just want it to come out a long ways. Now I'm going to go to my outliner and turn my front cover back on. Now what I want to do is I want this to, see here I have like kind of a flare. So I have a countersink there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this back in so I go into the geometry. Don't have specifics.
Christoph said
here.
you did 12, not 21.
I got the numbers right.
Yeah, I mean, just the wrong order.
Well, how specific are we going to get with this machine?
Jeez. It's not like he's going to be spinning at a high rate of speed and
Okay.
metal after if you do something wrong.
I will take that and I will extend that 9 longer. Everybody happy? Sorry.
Did you just math the difference between 12 and 21 just like that?
Yeah, when I get angry, I get good at math. All right. So what I did there was
I pulled a really nerdy, incredible. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm mathy.
I get up to 17 thou. Sorry, I'll shut up.
I'm going to scale that off of the center. Option. No, I'm going to grab a corner, excuse me. Option to pull it in the center. Pull that big like that. That's going to give me kind of my countersink there. Let's take a look at that. How's that going to intersect? So I can push that back in a little bit more. That's going to actually broaden the cone like that because I'm only pushing the face in. So it's, as that big cone gets closer, or that big circle gets closer to the small circle, it's going to push the cone out. When I'm done, I'm going to triple click this and make it into a group. I'm going to take that group and I'm going to rotate it around the center pin. So I'm going to start straight up, option, I'm going to bring it, and this is just because numbers I know. There's 3 of them, so I'm going to go 120 degrees to X. That's going to give me those 3 pieces. Now, what I can do is at each one of these, I can come grab this pin. Let's save. I'm going to go to Tool Palettes and turn on Solid Tools. And I'm going to say trim. Oops, it's not solid for some reason. Hold on, let's check Solid Inspector real quick. Oh, I think I left an internal face in each of these. Oh, no, all fixed, good. I left an internal face in those where I pulled the second piece out to create the cap. Let's see if this looks good in X-ray, we'll see. I'm gonna take this piece, I'm going to trim, not subtract from this piece. That's gonna be that first cut. Now I don't really care about this piece, this isn't the actual screw, this is just representative. So on the second piece, rather than trimming, what I'll do is I have it selected, I'll just say subtract from the barrel. And when I'm done, I get that.
Look at that. If only
So
it was
again,
that easy to do in real life.
Basically, why don't you just do it, machinist? All right, trim from the cap, then subtract from the barrel. Trim from the cap, subtract from the barrel. Boom. Those pieces is done. All right, so that was pretty good. Let's talk about knurling. So knurling is it's a German term for making your model extremely heavy in very little time. That's what it actually means.
What can I do to bog your computer down? I know. Crisscross patterns.
So obviously the idea behind knurling is getting what's otherwise a smooth piece of metal, some tooth, so it's easy to manipulate it with, by hand really. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come in here. What I want to do here is I'm going to take one piece. This piece right here. I don't want to go in and draw a whole bunch of knurling, of course. I want to save my efforts wherever possible. My thought is to come in and just knurl up this little piece and then just copy it around. So I'm going to try to do that. I think what I'll do is I'll start by, I haven't done this a whole lot before. Thanks.
Let's see if we notice.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to the midpoint like this. I'm going to do the same thing coming this way. I'm just trying to decide how much knurl I want to add here. I'm just going midpoint to midpoint, right? Midpoint to midpoint. All right, so that's good. I will actually, that's the right number of knurl.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to grab this and make it a component.
You know what I would love to see? It's not possible, but if you could just grab all the lines and push them down, and SketchUp would auto fold every one of those into a nice, useful.
Nice knurl.
Yeah.
Alas. All right, I'm gonna grab.
I'm putting a little too much on the auto fold functionality.
Yeah, that's asking a lot right there.
Yeah. But that's probably a Chrome extension, or I mean a Chrome extension, a SketchUp extension.
Yeah,
somebody out there looking at you, developers.
All right, so I'm going to realign my axes so it's at the face. One of the problems I have right now is, of course, because I took my circle along the green axes when I pulled it out. That means at all the axes, I don't have a surface that's flat to my world. So by realigning the axes right here, it's going to make it real easy to grab the
Axis.
center point and pull it straight up on the blue. All right. So there is a single knurl. I'm going to grab that.
So Interoth said right-click, align to axis. And also,
That would work.
knurling isn't those bits getting raised up, it's the lines getting pushed down. It's a removal of. I mean, we basically just made this thing a larger diameter than the drawing said.
You know, sometimes I just want to say, I just want to hear you did a good job drawing those diamond shapes. That's really.
You did do a good job drawing those diamond shapes.
Thanks, buddy.
That's neither here nor there.
Oh, so I'm going to take these two and I'm going to make them unique, I guess. And these are going to be
Maybe
called...
I spoke too soon. Maybe you're about to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. You know, I could. I mean, I don't even need an excuse. I can just do that. I don't care. I'm going to chop off half my knurl here.
It's only a partial knurl now. Semi-knurl.
That's right. Take this. Copy them over here. Because what I could do
so good right now.
is looking pretty sweet. The issue that comes up right now is this. So if I take, but I liked your thinking. So I think I'm going to make. I've just challenged my own idea of what knurling even is.
Oh, Mark had a good idea. You could just take all this and flip it over.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for totally ruining.
Oh, did he steal your thunder?
No, totally kidding, Mark. That's exactly where it's going. That's great. Good thinking. I'm going to take all these pieces. I'm going to group them together. Whoops, I grabbed too much. I have taken too much. All right, so I'm going to go do a group select like that. I'm going to right click. I'm going to use select only, which is part of Selection Toys by TomTom, and say select only components. That's going to deselect everything that's not one of these highlighted components. Then I'm going to make those into a group. Now I'm going to come here on my red axes and not option, just flip it. Flip that thing like that.
It's kind of awesome that there are so many ways you could do this.
Yeah, it's cool. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab all these pieces, explode them. See, I'm wondering, I don't think I can make this into a solid though, because I don't know, maybe will it consider this all solid?
I don't know. I mean, it goes down to 0 thickness at every one of the intersections there, right?
Let's see, if I grab this.
Also, that first one's not closing right. You've got thick lines in the middle of your...
I think if I do this, yeah, it's going to delete it all. Okay. That's okay. It's not a big deal. I was just wondering if I could use solid tools. I don't think I can. Yeah, this is going to be an issue because exactly what Jody was just saying. All of my sides are coincident with other edges, so I don't have a spot where it's real simple interior or exterior. Everything overlaps. So what I think I'm going to do is, if I go the only reason this isn't as straightforward and simple is the way that this piece meets with this piece, right? Because that's not going to be simple at all. Here's what I'm going to do. I know at this point we've gotten kind of what are we doing right now? We're doing like a mental exercise.
Or thought experiment.
Thought experiment. There we go. That's the words I was looking for. All right, so I'm going to grab. Oops, didn't give me my line there. Did you get these lines? I did. All right, so if I
It's going to be
grab,
interesting to see what this looks. It feels like flipping it upside down, this isn't going to create the diamonds. It's going to create, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see in a minute.
so if I grab all this, I'm putting it in a group just for one reason only. Oops. And that is so I can come in here and not see all that other stuff. All right, so I'm going to get rid of these lines I used to create my diamonds. All right, so now I have just that solid piece. All right, so now I have this piece, which is my downward facing diamonds, and I have this piece.
Is that a yoga pose?
Downward diamond? Of course.
Yeah.
So I have these two groups. I'm going to group them together, again, so I can come in here, simplify my drawing, and see all other stuff. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these, I'm going to explode them. Now, if I come in here and I start deleting stuff, like these faces here, yes. That's most of it. Right here, because of the angle, because each wedge is going to be at a different angle, so each piece is actually cut a little bit short to make those pieces come in together. So what I got to do is grab all of this. Oops, hold on, let me get rid of enough. Grab all of this, intersect face with selection, and now I can come over here and cut this stuff and this piece away. So that is how, that's how I respond to Jody's challenge, basically, I guess, is what just happened.
Nice. I feel like you've just slapped me across the face with a glove, with a gauntlet.
Was it a glove full of knowledge?
It was.
Okay.
It was, in fact.
That's actually, the term learning is a Swedish term that means slapped with a glove full of knowledge. So some people don't know that.
The Germans and the Swedes, they really mapped it all out for us.
They had it figured. All right, this is almost there, almost, but not quite. The issue I have right now, of course, is this. The knurl just kind of
reverse faces. Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah, I should probably orient faces too. Do that. But
Please.
then also,
Thank you.
I got an issue. Wait a minute. That is an anti-knurl.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We made an anti-knurl. So I'm going to take these two faces. No, I'll do one at a time. Take this face right here. Rotate it 180 degrees. Oh, what happened there?
Look right.
Oh, because I'm not flat.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to take Ennerot's idea, take this and say, align axes to this face. Then axis. I can take axis.
Wait, axes? We literally said.
I aligned all the axes.
Yeah, multiples.
So I said that right for the first time.
Dang it. So do I have to take a drink?
I don't know what the rules are. I'm fuzzy.
I don't know exactly what happens.
I'm going to grab those two also and flip them around 180 degrees. And then one last, just group select, intersect faces with selection. That cuts it all. Everything's cut for my anti-knurl. And come in here, get rid of these pieces on the end. This piece. See it coming in there. There. So if we wanted a true knurl cutting down, we could have actually designed the opposite of a regular knurl. It still works. It's still good. We're good. All right, I'm going to double click this line right here, or this face right here, and hit delete. That's going to open the whole thing up. I'll just get prepped right here and do the same thing. Delete there. Then I can take, what is this line doing? Get lost, pal. All right, then I can take
just wanted to
this.
say, Google cannot provide an antonym for the word knurl for me to use in this scenario. And I'm sad.
What's knurl spelled backwards? That's what I would do.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Actually, so before I copy this over, I'm going to get rid of this geometry on the sides because I don't actually want that piece underneath there. So I'm going to come back in here. Awesome. I'm going to grab both these now. I'm going to rotate, unhide everything so I can use that tip to rotate by. And I'm going to rotate it, not a specific amount of degrees, but from one point, option to the next, and then tell to do that 47x, which will take that all the way around.
Do it a bunch of times.
Now, last
thing, it looks pretty good.
I want to save.
These are smaller.
I'm going to explode those.
Save.
I try.
I didn't realize we did. I didn't realize we still did that.
It's not a regular thing, but every once I like to mix it up.
So
all right, so
you're irregular.
The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of it, and I'm going to use, rather than going into manually deleting this, I'm just going to go to my extensions and use cleanup to merge faces.
Wait, let's get a polygon count.
Oh yeah, there's a couple. I should have looked at it beforehand, but yeah, there's.
Yeah,
there's
I know. That's what I meant to. That's what I meant to do. Undo. Control Z. Control Z.
That's a heavy little piece. That's not terrible, but it's not a little.
I've seen worse.
I've made worse.
Yes, you. I mean, really?
Oh yeah. There we go. So, there's our anti-knurled. That's got to be a thing, right?
I've seen that pattern as a knurling. I think you can do it. I think it really depends on the bit you're using for making your knurl. So I think it can go both ways. When
Dave did it, I'd be interested to see. I'm sure Dave will post his on the forum. He doesn't like to one up me. He likes to let me do mine, and then he goes, "Oh, that's cute. Let me show you something."
Well, he did post a screenshot, but you can't really see his knurling in his screenshot.
That's because his knurling is fine. He's got some super fine knurling. See how it looks? It's just like a gray field there. It's because he's got fine knurls, super fine knurls.
Andy's posted a screenshot of his stuff too, but he's been a little quiet here. I think he's off sneaking around trying to make his own knurling right now.
Well, that's because, and you'll notice that his only comment is, "I did all the dimensions correctly."
So Brian's questioning the 47 you used to make it work out.
47.
That's because you had one already on there, and then you need 47 more.
Right.
For your 48.
I wanted 47 copies in total. So my circle is 48 sides, so the chunk I made was 1/48. So making one copy, I'm saying I want a total of 47 copies. That's what's 47x. If I had done 48x, it would have put another copy over the original. I would have had extra. Awesome. Well, I'm going to save that. That looks nice. And yeah, that's done. All right, let's move along to a much bigger. Oh no. Nah, I'm not going to mess with it. Save. Done. Found
Done.
it.
Stick a fork in it.
All right.
Or stick an M8 screw.
Is that M as in Morse? Yeah, I know about that. All right. I'm going to come get my reference imaging. Actually, I think for this, I'm going to actually snip out smaller images because there's a lot more to this one than there was. So this is the tailstock. This is what we're actually shooting for right here. There's lots of pieces. The big piece, of course, is going to be the body. So I'll start with that. We'll get that modeled up. And then the rest of these pieces actually kind of look like a lot of primitive shapes, so that won't be too difficult. The tailstock, though, you'll see when we look at the two different dimensions. This image, by the way, this, I don't know what this is, SolidWorks, something like that, is not actually what we have plans for. This place I'm getting these drawings from, the picture you see, doesn't always line up with the dimensions. Yeah, this is what we're actually going to build off of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's so much data.
Out just this piece right here, because this is the part that I really want to model first. Gosh, I hope I can. I hope I can do that. It's horrid.
Here soon, it's going to be you doing all the drinking, not.
Oh my gosh.
Not us.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get after it. You know what? If I finish this, I will be pretty happy. That's all right.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
We've said it before. Finished is really kind of a relative term.
That's true. A thing got done. All right. Let's come back in here to our styles and load another watermark. And I'm just going to grab that screen capture I just did. Put it in the background.
Dave's always doing barbecues on Fridays. He's disappearing now to go make some barbecue, and I might join him. I might go do that too. If I get quiet, it's because I'm grilling.
All right. So I'd be okay. I'd be okay with that if it benefited me in some way.
You won't have to deal with my corny jokes. That's a benefit, right?
I guess. I suppose. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to start by. I think I'm just going to draw this just purely in profile. I know this part up here is round, and I know this part down here is not, but I want to start with something. So I think I'm just going to kind of get this in profile. That'll be how I start out. Oop. I need to go. What I really need to do is create a template, which is my Wednesday model template. So I can just pop that thing open, but this is a good reminder. So I'm going to go to decimal, meters, 2 decimal points, and disable length snapping. All right, so I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go 216. Bring that up 36. And I'll just start with that rectangle. All right. Looks like I have radii. So I'm going to do the same thing I've done before. Just going to put one at both ends. I'm going to select it then. Change that to 9. All right. Now, I have something. Where's a vertical dimension?
I need to open this new image in a new tab.
Yeah. So I want to have this come up here and come over. I guess I have to go up to the center and then work my way down. So I'll draw a line from the bottom here, draw it up 144. That's the center of the barrel here. And then this part right here is 60. So I'm actually going to draw this over 24, then come down 30. And then there. So that's that. And then I could come up here another 30 and draw that back this way, 215. Drop that down 60. So that's the barrel. I'm not really too concerned about that. That'll of course be a round extrusion that we'll tack on later. So I'm not too worried about that. I do want to get the base geometry mapped out first. Because I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have a chunk that is that cast base piece that I will intersect and union with the circle piece. I think something like that will happen, but we'll see. But this is just a placeholder for right now. All right, so this is here, and then it looks like this is 18. And I'm not doing my circles or anything like that yet. That's just this right here. Then I go this way 120. And that starts to come down and does this curvy thing. Oh man. This is a great choice. Who picked this out? This is fun.
I don't know. The last comment was Andy saying it doesn't look like you researched this drawing enough.
What fun would that be, huh? All right.
I hate to be a naysayer, but he might be right.
He said nay. All right, I'm gonna come this way, 84. That's right there. I'm gonna draw a circle right here that's 9. No, 18. And I can take that circle and looks like I can drop that straight down here. Yikes. Like that. And that gives me this right here. Comes to there, and then I got radius of 24, 18. We can do this. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. We got this. All right. Over here, I'm going to draw a circle. 24 for the radius. I'm going to take that.
Really quiet in chat. I think you might have intimidated everyone.
Oh, come on, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing. If you leave me, I'm really screwed. All right. I'm going to take this. Now, this is 18, so I'm going to take this circle right here. I'm going to offset it. Oops. 18. And then this should, this is going to get messy up here, but I'll fix it. What should happen now is this piece should kiss that piece. I like that sound effects. That's quality
Thanks.
production.
Yeah, that's what it's all about here.
That. And then like that. Oops. All right. I mean, it's not like I have self-doubt, but, you know, a lot of people are watching right now. It makes me self-conscious. Whoops. Then I do silly stuff like that. Silly stuff like that. See, I can't even say silly. I said stilly. All right. Not too bad. That's not a bad lineup.
Kind of looks like a sewing machine. Maybe that's what we should do next week.
Let's get through this week, okay?
So.
All right. So I'm going to put some more arcs in here. I'm doing these arbitrarily. I just want to get tangent arcs there. Oops. There. And there. And then I can go back and select them and bump that. This one is 15. This one also 15.
Looks pretty good.
And this one down here would be 9. All right. 9. Which, of course, is the German word for 8. All right. So,
Right about now, I'm wishing that I ate before this started.
nice. I'm going to make that topical and all about you.
It is all about me. Thanks for calling that out.
Okay. So, this is this will keep this is this. Okay. I'm going to group
Right.
that geometry real quick, because I want to draw this front geometry also, and then from that, I have a couple things I want to maybe try. I'm kind of thinking I might be able to do like an extrusion where I could take the two pieces, cross them through each other, and get a final geometry, but I don't think so, because I think this has inside and outside pieces. But we'll see. So it looks like, let's take this one. We'll rotate this vertical because it is. And I think what I'll actually do is I'm going to start by separating that from this. I'll make this a separate piece. So if I start this way and I come this way, 72. And then come this way, another 72. All right, so one thing is I got this, it's all rounded by 9 all the way around. Oop. Get rid of this. So I need to take that same round off the other side. So I'm going to do just real quick, put an arc right here, put the same one over here, and then I can just select it, change it to 9. Same thing over here, grab this one, which I was really close, look at that. Okay. Excited for myself. All right, I'm gonna grab this.
It's all about you.
Oh, dang. Really opened myself up to that. Grab that,
You
and I'm
did.
gonna say, follow me with this right here. Just gonna round it off the other direction. Do the same thing down here. Double click, then turn off this piece, and this face. Follow me. Get rid of that. And I will, some got ugly.
That's neat.
Oh, this is, yeah, okay. I gotta undo a couple times. Because this, for whatever reason, oh, that's what happened. Look, when I pulled,
Yeah.
that was not well done.
You were all
That
getting all cocky.
I was. It's probably a lesson about,
Humility.
I don't know, something like that. All right, so I'm gonna grab that line. I should have actually put it here. And then continue that along like that. Now if I come out here and pull this out, that's why that one face was white while everything else was gray, is because I didn't do that correctly. All right, now I can get rid of, hey, I'm just showing some what not to do's here.
You were really good at showing people what not to do.
Apparently, I really would like to be better at showing them how to do it right in the first place, but I'm a work in progress. All right.
Aren't we all?
There we go. Follow me. See, does that look better?
Nice.
Better, but not.
Nope.
What? What are you doing?
Earth, you walk with scum.
What? Why? That should be fine. Why are you being like that?
I don't know. Did the first curve just great.
Yeah, it's the same curve.
Same curve.
Take that. Ah, what the crap? Is that happening over here?
Oh,
No.
Wait.
Oh, yes.
so Andy said it's Aaron what not to do Dietzen. Is that your middle name? I don't think I knew that.
I don't like to brag about it, but Why? Monsters. Okay.
Nerman said split and mirror. I mean, you know, why make it 2 times and risk screwing it up when you can make it 1 time and then
Look over
remove
here.
that chance?
Okay, so I did something wrong on the other side. Obviously, the way I broke this is
Well, so
causing
when
an
we were
issue,
in
but
profile before you chomped this thing with the follow me, it looks like there's kind of like it looked like there was a little hump in that curve, like it was not your, but it looks fine now, so I don't know. I'm just talking.
Well, maybe over
talking
here should be the
my voice
same.
sounds-
I pulled the same exact profile, so the only thing I think of is that this curve.
You're off by 2 thou.
Oh man, so glad we got in that term.
Actually, I don't even know how many thou off you are.
I don't know. That's math. Oh, but that still is causing a problem. Why? I thought I had my circles at, I thought my arc up there was at 9 also, but apparently I'm just not. Okay, anyhow, doesn't matter. Not going to investigate it, just going to clean it up and keep modeling. Which is one of those things that, like I said before, I'm working on. Just draw the stupid thing. Stop figuring out what you did wrong. We all know you did it wrong. Got that part covered. The wrongness is covered. All right. There we go. Okay. I don't know what happened. Everything just fell apart for a second, but we're back. All right, so in this base, I do have this cut through, which, let's see here, probably would have been easier to do before I rounded all the corners. So it's this way, 36, and it comes off of this edge. What? Is that 12 plus 18 plus 12? You guys getting that? 12.
18 plus 12 is
18.
what, 72, right?
12. There we go.
All
All
right.
right.
Let me open up the super zoomed in version. Oh God, no, I don't want to look at this. There's too many numbers here.
All right. So I'm going to just bring a line. This is up 5. So I'm going to come over 5 and draw an arc from here to here. And then same thing here. Just draw a line over 5. Arc. Oops. Arc from here to here. There is some other detail on the bottom there, but I'm going to not do that right this second. All right, so let's get into this thing. So I feel like what's going on here, it's kind of hard to see exactly what's happening, but we'll start at the very least with this full profile. We'll create this whole thing right here onto this right here. So if I was to bring this all the way over, probably once again, I probably could have saved myself a little bit of pain by doing this before I rounded my corners off.
Model.
Well, that's not, wouldn't hurt. All right, so I'm just going to draw a vertical reference line that just kind of jumps the corner there.
See, the nice thing is, I always do these in the wrong order. So seeing someone else do it is self-affirming. I feel a little better about myself, and B, it's nice to see other people's workarounds.
That's good. Hey,
just think if you used guides. I mean, that'd be kind of. I mean, yeah, you know.
Let's not get silly. All right. So there's this term that I like. It's called designer's choice. It's what happens when dimension's not there and I get to do whatever I want. Not saying that that's where we're at yet. But we may get there.
You're in a very lucky position right now.
Yeah, I'm lucky. All right, so I'm going to draw a 2D, just kind of a, there we go. That's that knocked off corner if it were still there. That way I can draw in plane right here.
So I wonder if I'm alone in every time I hear someone say 2D, I always think of the Facts of Life. Wait, Facts of Life? Yeah, Facts of Life.
2D?
Yeah.
Shame of a name to have for a kid, I'll tell you that.
I have to hope that was a nickname.
Wonder how she got that nickname.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna pull that down. That's the 45. So that's this line right here. That's the one line I am now 100% sure is perfect. Maybe, we'll see what happens. This is still the center right here. So now the only issue I'm really having right now is I have this measurement for this arc. See this arc right here, that's this line? I have this line saying there's an arc there, and I have an R, but I don't actually, like, it's not there.
Well,
So that feels a little unfair.
Well, designer's choice thing could be...
We're back to that.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to leave context. I'm going to model up my cylinder right here, and then we'll get an arc that ties in there. Oh, actually, nope, I do have it. Never mind. I lied. Check this out. All right, so this line right here, if I come up 24, that's where it is. So if I just draw a line up 24, and I'm going to leave a line right here for reference.
Andy pointed out that you could always, trace over the drawing, scale it up, and trace it and figure it out that way.
Or I could grab an arc, come this way, and go from here.
Oh.
We'll just run it all the way through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because they have that dimension there, and then they just have that arc. So that goes up like that. That was something.
I mean, I have to figure they probably, realistically, what I would expect from this part is that it was machined one time, and then a mold was made, and it was drop forged forevermore after that.
Something like that makes a lot of sense.
Or cast. Because I would not want to have to try and do that arc every time I made one of these if I was the guy at the manufacturing plant.
I think that when you see parts like this, like the pieces on a lathe, I'm pretty sure they're almost always cast. Like it's not a chunk of material that's hand cut each time or anything like that. So I think that's a valid thought. All right, so that gave me this. So I'm gonna go ahead and group that. If I come into that group, I could pull that through to here. If I come into this group, we pull that through to here, along with that. Pull this side out to where it meets this side. Pull this to where it meets this side. Whew. Okay. I'm going to make those separate pieces real quick. Group that. Get rid of X-ray. Get rid of my extra lines. Alt.
1 minute and an hour and 7 minutes until launch. We're going to lose people. You got to get this done because otherwise people are going to leave to go watch the SpaceX launch.
That makes a lot of sense. I will have, I guess we got a finishing point then, huh? We have defined what finished is.
Nice. Yeah, there you go.
That's an hour from now. All right. So I'm going to clean this up as much as possible because as I intersect, I want as few lines as possible. I don't know if this is going to work. We're doing weird stuff right now. All right, so I'm going to explode those two out. All right, so what I've created is 3 profiles. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to just start colliding them together.
This is one of my favorite operations to do in SketchUp, I'll be honest.
Is it? This is
When it
good
works.
stuff. When it works. Good point. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to break these out. I'm going to grab these 2 pieces, make a copy over here. I'm going to grab these 2 pieces.
You know what you ought to do?
Make a copy
also,
over here.
As I look at the title of your document.
Oh, dang.
Can't
Whose job was that?
How did we get to this point without a single save?
Oh, because we were talking about different languages and there's all kinds of stuff happening there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is check for solid, make sure we're solid, solid, solid. Okay.
As a rock.
Like a rock. All right. I'm going to go to my tool palettes, turn on my solid tools. And now we will say, give me the different intersect. I can never remember the names of these 2. Boom. Oh, look at that. Let's try it again. See if lightning strikes twice.
I mean, lightning does strike twice. It's about whether it does in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now, oops, you know what? I'm going to leave that there because I want to use it as a reference to pull this back over and then pull this.
Dave came back and he said that they would do a sand cast when they were making one of these things before they molded it. And so you could actually, they usually would do it out of wood. And it occurs to me you could also very easily then just make these pieces and sort of glue them together before you cast them. If you're trying to make one of these at home, anybody trying to make one of these at home, just remember that.
Just call Jody. He apparently has it all worked out.
Well, I mean, I'm extrapolating my thoughts from Dave's working it out. Dave's got it worked. Call Dave.
Dave's got it. Don't even worry about it. All right. So that looks pretty good. Except I knocked that corner off a little too early. I got to put it back.
Ah. And it caused so much grief the first time around.
I know.
But
I'm thinking putting it back will be easier. So if I go this way 9, go this way 9. No, it's not going to be easier because... forget it. I'm not going to use follow me. Do a little brute force. We're going to have this thing.
Have you stitched anything today? Because this could be your chance.
This could be it. Big day, big day. All right. So I'll get rid of that. Thinking kind of anti-stitching here. Just come down there like that. Get rid of that. Just trying to isolate the geometry from the edge because that's real easy to just double click and erase. Like that.
Andy said delete all except the base and just pull it back up.
Yeah, but I just merged. Oh no, these are separate. Oh, hey, watch this.
Where'd it go? It's hidden.
Oh, that's wrong. It's because selected. There we go. Because I can separately toggle on hidden geometry versus objects, which is kind of becoming one of my favorite parts of 2021. That is, if you guys don't know that is a new functionality in 2020.1. You can actually separate the, there we go. Now you just triple click and delete that. You can actually just, there we go.
Thinking and talking at the same time. Who do you think you are?
Apparently not somebody who can think and talk at the same time. Pull that out to there. There we go. Now we can go back to our outliner and turn those pieces back on.
Huh.
Just inside.
That's
I wonder what
curious.
that is. Oh. Oh.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah. I'll just slide it over. I don't. This is. Move it. Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
How about that?
I wonder who drew that profile. Okay.
Amateurs, I'm sure.
Something is becoming very apparent to me right now, though, and that is that I did not keep that top section where it comes together and ties in. So what I'm thinking I'll do here is bring this over here. Come in here. Can take this out of here. All right, now I have a mass to work from as I intersect into my cylinder. All right, take these three pieces and make them into a group. There's my piece there. All right, so now I'm going to go in and get that cylinder in. Do I actually have this in a group? Nope. All right, so I'll start at the center because I know I centered this up. And just verify some dimensions. 60? Yes. All right, and then we'll come up 36 halves. All right. That pretty much, I mean, that is a majority of this thing is that piece right there. That's good. That's nice. I like it. But it does have some things going on at the back here. It also, right here, 35 back, has this section where it's split. So you can see it splits right here. Let's get that split in there. Just gonna go to the corner part. Have a dimension of the split. Looks like it's 3. Then that little pop out part is 14 tall. Okay, so I'm gonna come right here. Oops, that was not where I thought it was.
Man. Yeah, I want that to line up with, you know.
There we go. Sorry,
Thanks.
everything's cool. I'm gonna come vertically.
It's kind of freaking out a minute.
1.5. Don't worry. We're good. Like that. Drop down 1.5. Like that. There we go. That's gonna break our face. Sounds so violent. And that's gonna get pushed in this dimension, which is whatever I say it is. Looks like it goes just a few meters past the inside of this leg. So we'll do that. We'll come to, this is what? This is 42, so we'll say it's 50. Awesome. Now, these little lips that stick out here, they're 35 back. I think I'm just going to draw one of these on the ground and then merge it in with the geometry. So it's 24.
Wait, what are we mathing right now?
I'm drawing, so this is crazy, the way this is detailed. They have little screw holes on the outside of this to clamp together, and the way it's drawn, I feel like I have the reverse detail of it right here. So it looks like it's pretty simple. So it's just this.
And unfortunately, the drawing, that actually isn't even the same drawing anyway, does not show
Doesn't show that side.
That's like the secret. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get this part, then you get this part, and then la-di-da-di-da, and we're good to go.
You get it. You get the point. You get the point.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Etc., etc., etc. And I don't have a dimension here, so no. We'll just put a 6 millimeter hole there. And then that is 14. All right, I'm going to temporarily make that into a group. I'm going to grab it by the middle because the dimension I have for where this is horizontally is 35 from the front. So I'm going to start by putting this at the front right here. And then I will slide it this way, 35. And then I will grab it. Option to make a copy it vertically to right there. All right, so that gives us that. And now I'm going to take this, pull it so it laps all the way in, but doesn't cross into the inside. Same thing down here, into the mass. These should both be solids because they're just simple extrusions. So I can check, yep, good. Same thing here. Even though, I didn't make that a group. Even though I cut this, again, simple extrusion with stray edges. Who would have known? All right, and then I'm just gonna grab all 3 of these and just outer shell them. Nope, not gonna outer shell them. That didn't work.
Wrong
Outer
button.
shell 2 of them, and then a 3rd. That's weird. I do hit that a lot with outer shell. I don't know if you get that, Jody. But yeah, that gets me.
All about the order you do things, man.
Yeah, guess so. All right, let's get this pushed.
CA Ward said they don't think this lathe probably lasted long in the market because of all the recalls. I think that's fair.
That's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Throwing shade on these guys. I like to do that.
Yeah, these guys. It's them. It's their fault.
Them.
All right. So
air quotes them.
Yeah, these guys. All right, so I'm going to get crafty here.
Like a Beastie Boy? Oh, wait.
No, that's a her. She's crafty.
Yeah.
No, because what I want to do is I want to keep the portion of this model that's on the outside, but I want to get rid of everything that's above it. So the easiest way I could think to do that is to explode this out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces right now. Is to take this piece, use it as a cutter to trim this piece. And now if I go into this piece, I have separate pieces like that. I can triple click and delete the inside piece, triple click, delete that piece. That's giving me just that chunk right there. So I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have a unified body that I can work with. And I know this isn't perfect. There's some details on here I just don't understand that are called out, but I'm getting towards something. So I'm thinking what I'll do is now I'll just start check for solid, apparently. Oh, this is gonna be an issue. Check this out.
Oh man, I love issues.
Because this came down to 0, the way both Solid Inspector and just SketchUp's native solid algorithm work is by making sure that every line is only connected to 2 faces. So if I have a face here, they connect at a line, that's a solid corner. So what's happening right here is I actually have 4 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, meeting at one line. So everything thinks it's not solid. So what I have to do is I have to make it look like a solid so I can use solid tools on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a single line across here. So I'm kind of bridging the gap, and I'm going to push-pull that all the way to the other side. So what that gives me is now I don't have that multiple pieces coming together at one spot. So if I check it now, it should find it as a solid. Even though that laps over onto this, not a big deal because I'm using union now to combine the 2 pieces together. And I can work my way down and then union that, and then Oh, looks like our base is not solid. So, oh, because it didn't make it a group.
Fix it. Fix it. All right.
And then we
Good,
can
good, good.
union that. So, it got a little funky in a couple spots, but
I think I had a gun sort of like this in Halo. How come it looked like a sewing machine before, and now it looks like some sort of crazy video game gun?
yeah, I can see that. Ooh, what's going on here? Uh-oh. That's not gonna
Ooh.
work.
Oh. Shouldn't have zoomed in there.
Yeah. Don't mind that. That got weird.
I'm not going to say that Andy's the boss of you, but he suggested that you save.
Yeah, Andy's got a point. That would be a good thing to do. All right, I'm just creating a quick face right here. Just gonna grab all this. Oops. Why do I have so many groups in groups? All right, there we go. I'm gonna grab all that. Grab more. There we go. Intersect face with selection. And now I can trim the rest of that off. There we go. Now I don't have that chunk sticking out there.
I mean, I think you're completely in the right doing these little trimmy bits. It's the whole reason God invented hand planes in woodworking is
Yeah, basically I'm
to fix
sanding,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, you're basically just using a random orbital to clean it up a little bit.
That's right. See how it turned out down here. Oh, beauty. Okay, so that's our first piece. I guess I didn't do all the details on the bottom because I still don't really understand what's going on there either.
So that archy thing it looks like is that just for screws? You think like that 90-degree?
This thing here.
Yeah, that thing.
Well,
That
I'm
looks like
assuming
it's just
this whole thing sits on a rail system of some sort, right?
oh yeah, that goes the whole length of it. So
And
that's
this
probably to keep it
I actually didn't
aligned.
draw it, but there's a hole here which I'm assuming is like a big, like pulls up into the rail to lock it down.
Yeah.
I should probably put that in there. It seems important. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, so that piece aligns with the center, which actually, as semi kind of meant for it to happen, is that that's aligned right at the axes of the piece. So right here, if I bring this back 72, that's where the center of this hole is. So I'll start by just putting my standard, just the center hole is 18. So I just draw this as 9, get rid of these lines I use for reference, and then just pull that up in here. And now it looks like it just has a reinforcement around it. So I'll just draw another circle of 21. And it looks like that comes up 5. And there's that piece. So, okay, so that's something. That was who picked that out? Man, gotta talk to something about that.
Yeah. Need to think, McFly.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that the whole trilogy's on the Netflix right now?
I saw that.
We watched. It's funny. I started up on Saturday. My wife kept she'd walk through, she'd pause, and end up watching, like sticking around for 15-minute chunks, and try and leave and come back. You can't escape it. She couldn't stay gone.
No chance. All right, so the one thing that's happening on here that I just don't understand. Well, okay. There's many things. Back here, it looks like, is this just decorative? Like a little 3 and 9 and 3. Is that just like to make it look nice?
I mean, it does look nice.
It does look nice. All right, I'm gonna throw it on here real quick. So 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Yeah. So I'm gonna draw a line over 15. Come to that point.
Now, based on like the little screw holes there too, it's probably just to help something sort of seat itself when you mount it on
Yeah,
the
I was
back.
kind of thinking that too. But now I gotta find out how high to go with them. So I'm gonna come down here to the center, and this one is 68 halves. That's the low piece. And then we have 78 halves for the high piece. All right. So there we go. That's what I'm working in right there. So if I come this way 3, and I come this way 3, that is just the rough dimensions. It does look like everything is maybe rounded out though. So we could do that. I can come in here and say, do an arc from here to here, do an arc from here to here, that same arc right here, and then maybe another one. No, it looks like it's probably just like this. There we go. Whoops, whoops.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm seeing a rounded edge or if that's just the crosshatch.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't know what I'm seeing. That seems to kind of be the standard for this particular drawing.
So Andy said that that is for mounting the spindle bearing, which is part number 5, which is from the other drawing on the forum. Dave said that part's beefed up for the screws.
Well, that makes
For
sense.
part number 5.
All right, but that's easy enough to take that now. Follow me with this. That's nice. I'm 100% not confident with the way this whole thing went down. But we're working with what we got.
Well, yeah. Now, as we start to merge into that stuff, that's what starts to get a little
So I'm
weird.
wondering if I can. No, it's going to get too messy. I kind of feel like I could chop it off with a plane of some sort. So if I was to, so I'm going to come out of context. I don't know. I'm winging stuff at this point. Bring that up to here. Oops, back down to here. There we go. So that plane would chop everything off so it disappeared into this space. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to come into context, edit, paste in place. It'll drop that reference plane I just created, then grab all, well, I'll grab that. That's what I'll really need to intersect face with context. Then I should be able to delete that. All right, it's not pretty. You know what I could do? Ooh. Hold on.
41 minutes to launch.
Ah, yeah, I know. All right, what I could do is I could take it back to the bottom here. Let's get around here. See, this is what I was saying before, is I try not to do too much of this kind of stuff because a lot of people have a hard time seeing what I'm trying to do. So I don't generally...
Dave's comment was he just has hide rest of model on when he was doing it, any of his model in place stuff.
That works. All right, so if I get rid of that, and then I'll need to do the other side too, though. Hold up. I have a vision. There we go, from there down to here. And then from here.
Speaking of
so
vision,
many
when
lines.
is this new Marvel TV series supposed to come out?
I kind of got the feeling that everything that is the Marvel has been postponed. My vision's not working. Undo, undo. All right, it's gonna sit like that. That's what's gonna happen. Now I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to cut it off and loft it back, but I guess it depends if we want to just spend another 20 minutes just on this piece. I don't know that I do.
Good news, there's no knurling involved in this piece.
That is true. Oh heck, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get messy. All right. I am going to take this piece straight up to here. I'm gonna come across that same line. So I'm gonna trace that line so I see where it is. And then that piece. Let's take this guy straight across. Bring that up. There we go. To create a cutting plane, I'm just going to take that down to there. Oops, I took that off the wrong spot. Okie doke. There we go. Awesome. So now, just say, grab these two intersect faces with selection. That should break it. And now I can get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Yes, yes, that is what I was looking for. Sweet. All right. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be something. Really something. All right, get rid of all these extra lines, and we're just gonna loft this thing up. So who knows what it'll actually look like when we're done.
Probably will never go to production.
Well, odds are good on that one. Okay. All right, there we go. So now what I want to do is save. And I grab that. That's broken. Is this broken too? Dang it. All right, so I do need to do some welding real quick. Because I want this. And the only reason I get worried about welding, not so much, I mean, CurveLoft really doesn't care if you have broken lines, but to select and reselect the lines, it's nice to have the lines welded so I don't have to worry about doing this kind of manual segment selection a second time. So I'm just gonna grab that, weld it, now it's one piece. Did I get that all the way to the end? I did. Okay, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do the same thing right here. Grab one piece, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just showing off that I do know how to count. Awesome. Weld that. Now I can grab this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. Sorry, that was bothering me, so I just had to start all over. All right, there. Now I can grab these pieces, and I give CurveLoft a shot at just welding or lofting that whole thing together.
That's neat looking.
That's unique. It is a unique solution.
It is something.
And it would work. Just let's be honest, this would work. Let's not do that. Let's do this instead. Let's break this into 2 lofts. Let's loft this half. And then loft the other half. That's better. I think this is the issue that's was bringing this section over here in on the thing was the issue. All right. Okay. So that is far more buildable than what we had before. I could have actually, rather than a straight line, I probably should have put a curve right there. Let's do that real quick. Nope, hold on, undo.
You do know you've got several more pieces on this particular drawing.
Well, I'm feeling like if I get this body done, I'm gonna feel pretty good about things. So, kind of going with that right now.
Okay, so that's fine. You basically drew a line in the sand, and that line is this body.
That's right. I'll make this body beautiful. Well, I want to make it marginally acceptable. That's better. Oh, yes. That's better. In fact, I might even go do some, round some corners off because we have some spots that are supposed to be round that aren't right now. So I might do that too. Let's go to...
I guess if you get around to it.
Nailed it. It's like you're not even trying anymore. They just happen.
I feel like I'm not even having to do any of the work. You're just setting me up.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're all welcome.
I don't know if anybody else appreciates it. Oh, that looks yucky.
Wow, that gets crazy. Kind of like don't love the direction that it chose to loft that in. All right.
When is machine learning going to make its way into SketchUp?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh, we don't talk about future implants.
That's right, I can't talk about future advancements. When will SketchUp take over the world? Sorry, I can't tell you.
That's on a need to know basis.
There we go.
I hate when it does that weird stitchy shading thing.
Yeah, and this is another one of those things where I know I need to spend more time with Curveloft because I know it does some amazing things, but I still don't, like, I'm not solid with it. I still feel like a hack.
Yeah.
All right. That looks good. So now it definitely has that sewing machine aesthetic, but it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I am curious if I could take all of that, if I just tell Round Corner to go at it with that, what's going to happen?
I don't know.
Probably not.
It's kind of exciting.
Probably too large. Offset is probably too large. Wait a minute. What's my... That's 5 millimeters right there. Okay, so probably need to go... Yeah, we're kind of off the
rails?
Yeah.
Beaten path?
Yeah. Nah, I'm not. I'm going to say, yeah, well, stop. Just stop. All right. So, there I go. Well, there's a piece. That's a piece, all right. I'll get rid of that too. Yeah, I really wanted that to be, I really wanted those drawings to be better. Like, I thought that would be a really cool thing to put together, but
You know,
it wasn't.
we we just hope for the best, and it's good. It was good. You set your sights on something, and maybe your sights were a little too high. I don't know. I think
Maybe
that
that
looked
was a
pretty
problem.
good.
Yeah, that turned out all
At the
right.
end of the
It's
day,
all right. It's okay. But even I'm looking at the rest of the drawing, the rest of the dimensions on this drawing, and I feel like there's still stuff missing as I
well,
look
there's
at.
like on the right side, there's a little 12 units wide thing there. Kind of goes up and curves. Where's
Mhm.
that happening? That's not happening anywhere, right?
I think that's. Does that go in here? Is that like in the chuck? I don't
No,
know.
it's beneath it. It's happening.
Or is that down here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't I don't get to see where it's happening now.
Yeah. And even the grooves in the bottom, like I don't. It's really hard for me to tell from this drawing where those are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know it's got something right here, but that goes through nothing on this side? Yeah. I'll post it. You guys are welcome to use this and the drawing and take it further or fix it or whatever you think it needs. But yeah, that was an exercise in something. I think so. Dave's saying that groove runs the full length of base, but I only see one groove. I only see it on this one side. Is that true?
Yeah, I only see that's all I'm seeing too.
So if I come in here,
Only other
I
place
mean
an ankle
that's
was ever
simple.
called out.
If I come this way 12, I'm gonna draw a line there. Come this way, whoops. Come this way 12. And then, all right, I take this line, option rotate 45, grab this one, option rotate 45, and then I've got a little, this way 1.5, this way 1.5, and that whole thing goes up 3. There we go, with the dimensions I got. That's what I'm getting for that groove. But then I have this whole thing, which I don't, is that just carved out just like to keep it lighter?
I guess so. But I mean,
See, look, it looks like, what it looks like I got, man, I can't even tell the dimensions on this thing. Okay, so, yes I can, hold up. So what I have here, this line, I come over 6, and I come over 6. That's one edge of a rectangle. The other one, if I go full way across like this, is 40, yeah, 40 in this way. And then 22 in this way. So that's the initial rectangle. Like that. Get rid of this, all of this. And now that goes up 14. And oh, it looks like this side is rotated 60 degrees for some reason. Just to make sure you're paying attention.
I'm sure there's an obvious reason to somebody that's not me.
Yeah, it's right there.
That 60 degrees look like it's on both sides.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to grab that bottom line. I'm going to option copy that to 60. Same thing over here. All right, and then we'll push that through, and I think the round corner can handle this. If I grab all of that, I should be able to go to, sorry, Fredo corner. I keep saying round corner. Fredo corner, please.
It's good to remember your manners.
Hold up. I don't want the surfaces. I just want those edges because I don't want to round these pieces. I want those to be flat. Now I can go Fredo corner, round, and bump that up to like, I don't know. Let's see what 5 looks like. Couldn't actually find a dimension anywhere where they had, even that looks big though. Let's go with like 3. All right. Now that piece I can use just as a cutter. I don't know why do I keep closing my solid tools? All I do is turn it off and turn it back on. So take that now.
Need a shortcut for that.
And subtract it. Oop, this guy's telling me I'm not a solid. Why are you not a solid? Right, there we go. So now I can say subtract that from that. I guess that's a big chunk of steel to take out of the bottom, but and now I kind of feel like, no, that's good. I don't know. Something like that maybe. Could be. I don't know. I have the drawings and I can't tell.
Yeah. I'm sure there's somebody that drew that originally that's just like, what? It's perfectly obvious. It's right here.
Duh. Can't you see the dotted lines over the dotted lines over the dotted lines? Yep.
Just pick some dotted lines.
But see,
and
this
go
makes
with it.
sense, I guess, because here's one set of dotted lines, which is this groove. These dotted lines die in here, which I think are these. Same thing on this side. They come out, those die in there. And from this direction, I got this thing, which this goes over the top of both, and I have this here. Yeah. Yeah. I think it works. Oh. Right, just one side. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's it. That's where I'm gonna stop. It's time to go watch some SpaceX or something. All right.
If the weather lets it.
Yeah. Is it yucky out there? Yucky? Who has kids?
I guess it's being cloudy and threatening.
Well, let's see. That's a thing that's happened before, right? The entire nation has gotten all together to watch a launch be aborted.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool. So I feel okay about that. That turned out kind of neat. That's an unusual piece. Yeah.
It was definitely on the needlessly complicated side of things.
No kidding. Next week, let's just make it simple and do some threads or something.
Let's put knurls on threads. That'll be awesome.
That's some threaded knurls. Yeah, the first model was a lot of fun. That turned out pretty well too. I think that was kind of nice. This just got a little. It got kooky. It was one of those, got to decide where to keep trying, when to let it go.
It's funny is like, so periodically I'll end up watching these YouTube videos of guys restoring old tools, like old
Yeah,
drill presses or bandsaws or whatever. And those things are all these big cast iron, curvy sided things that the curves, while not necessarily functional, still make for a really pretty piece of hardware. And then you look at like a new modern day equivalent bandsaw, and it's all just square
yeah,
edges and straight sides. And while this seems completely frivolous, it also uh, there's just something about it that's compelling
yeah.
and way less boring than straight sides.
Well, and I have a feeling there's a lot to that. I mean, this is, like Dave said, this was probably cast from iron, so this probably weighs quite a bit. Whereas, yeah, you get
And
that.
they only had to make it. They only had to make it once, so why not make it kind
Right,
of fun and curvy?
right. Whereas nowadays, yeah, you get it. It's like aluminum pieces, but probably weighs like a third of the price or a third of the weight. Ships for cheaper, built for cheaper.
Yeah.
You know, so there's really something to it. But yeah, and I can just like even just looking at this, and I know it's not even real, but I kind of in my brain I can run my fingers over it and feel like the the imperfections in the casting and the bumpiness, and that's
Yeah.
it's definitely cool stuff. But they should have detailed it with better machine drawings than that. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm leaving this.
I think they probably made the machine drawings on some of this after, or they did the technical drawings
That's,
after it. I
that's
think
probably true. Some dude with
a lot
a
of the curvier bits, they were probably making it out of wood, and they're like, you know what? I'm just going to make this a little curvy here.
yeah.
And then they handed their final piece to some guy, and the guy's like, what the hell is this? What are these curves?
Nah. I can actually fix this. This is bugging me. So I'm gonna cut this out and put that line back in. Actually, I could just draw it again, and I can clean all of this up very easily just by knocking this corner off. There we go. There it is. Then I'll erase that or smooth that, and it will be like it never happened. Oops, wrong. Smooth.
Oh, it's got late breaking news here
Yeah.
that they've canceled the launch.
Oh man.
You heard it here, folks. First, folks. You heard it,
That's right.
folks. Here, yeah. Easy for you to say, huh?
That's why I didn't even try.
I don't even know.
Awesome. Cool. That's better. That was irritating me. I was actually intentionally holding it in this direction, not wanting to come over here and see that. But now that I got rid of it, I can show the whole thing.
I've just been avoiding this angle.
That's right. It's selective
like the guy
rotation.
You sound like the guy that created the technical drawing we were just building from.
That's right.
I'm not.
Well,
gonna
if you
show
look
the
at it
back.
from over here, it's pretty obvious how this thing works. Awesome. Cool. Well, there we go. That is the housing body for a I already forgot what this thing's
Tailstock.
called. Tailstock. There we go.
It's right there in the title. It's top of the screen.
Oh, right there. Cool. Well, that turned out okay by the end. That was a challenge. I've seen better drawings than that. And Dave posted his. He's got a beautiful model of a lathe that really, it's really good looking. Where did you get your information from, Dave, for yours? Did you just, was yours made up just by looking at stuff, or did you actually pull dimensions off of anything in particular? Because his looks very nice. It's worth a trip over to the forum if you have not seen it before.
Yeah, he needs to now go render it in his preferred. Yeah, look at all the curvy bits on that.
The whole thing. Okay, well, we'll call it. Even though we don't have lunch to watch anymore, this is a good spot to stop. An old book with dimension drawings. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I found some old drawings too. That didn't work out so well for me.
That they weren't in a book. That's the problem.
That's true. There's no book. There's some oversight when you have a publisher involved, I guess. Okay, well, that's it. We're going to call it right there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Come back on Friday. We're going to be, as a group, as a community, finishing this house. So that'll be a fun one. And we'll actually talk to another entrant, somebody who had another finished this house entry that we really liked and wanted to talk to. So we actually talked to them. They will be on the show. That should be fun. Until then, though, you guys have fun. You guys stay safe, and yeah, keep modeling. Keep SketchUp being. I don't know. I don't have a way to close. Thank you.
Yeah, you're just gonna keep rambling. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
You guys.
We'll see you later.
See you next time.